All right, guys. Well, welcome back to another training session of Google Integrated Workspace training. Today, we're going to dive deep into understanding Google Drive, Google Documents, Google Sheets, and all things resources that are in the Drive area. Imagine a workspace where everyone's ideas come together seamlessly, where collaboration is just a click away, and where everything is in one easily accessible place. Well, with Google Drive, using Google Documents and Sheets, it isn't just possible, it's a daily reality. And the more that you begin to use Google Drive, the more you're going to begin to look and see the power that comes with collaboration. So let's start with the fundamental principle. To get everyone on the same page, you literally need to make a page. And Google Documents is a tool to help you do that. Google Sheets is a tool to do that. And so let's get on the same page together. And we've already started to do that with Integrated Workspace training. We created this simple Google document that has referenceable links and videos. And that is just one way of helping people get on the same page. Now, what I want to do is I want to open up Google Drive for a minute and show you around, test drive it, create a couple of resources so that you can see a great way to utilize this tool. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to our Drive. We're going to go to drive.google.com and this will take us to our Drive. Now, another place that you could have done that very easily in your inbox, you could have clicked on this top right-hand corner of these boxes and you could have clicked on Drive. That'll take you there as well. So just so that you understand, there are two different areas for where you can make resources. You can have your My Drive, which every resource that you make belongs to you. Or you can go to your share drive, which means that whatever folder those resources are created in, the resources belong to that folder. So for instance, in the Google Integrated Workspace, the resources that I've created belong to David Delk and myself because David Delk and I are the ones that own this, are in this shared drive. So anytime I make a resource, if I click on new, let's say I'm going to create a Google document. This new Google document is, let's just give it a title. We'll put that title up here at the top. And if I decide to click share, then you can see that right now, David and I are the only ones who have access. Now, anytime you make a Google Doc, you can always give people access. You can give anyone the link, view rights, editor rights, comments, but you have to manually go and do that with a shared drive folder. In a Google Drive folder, just like any resource that you create, for instance, this this email was sent, I can share it too, just like anything else, but you can see Tim, Josh, and other people have access to it. So that's just one of those simple ways of helping collaborate with people is by creating a Google Doc and then working in that doc together. One of the examples that could help you see some of this is templates. So one of the things that I manage is the Grace Church Members Podcast, and this is an example of helping everybody that's on the episode, all the people that we recorded, our communications team, our social media manager, all the different people. This is our one document that helps us work together. So we are referencing folder links, we're referencing Google Docs, we're referencing COM requests. All the different things that might be needed are referenced on this one page. And so that can be another way for you to think about using resources, Google Docs, Google spreadsheets, and so forth. So when you're in your Google Drive, you have the ability to create lots of different resources. And you can also convert resources as well. So let's say in my Drive, in my vocational health, let's say that I've got this Word document. So I've got a Word document right over here in my desktop. I'm going to actually drag that into the desktop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on this and I am going to open it with a Google Doc. So that can be really a nice feature if you want to then share this document with others. And you can see that right now that it's going to let me edit it in the Word document, but it is in a Google document. You can see that little blue icon up there. So if I want to do all of my edits, if I want to take out the formatting, if I want to make it bold, if I want to change the font, whatever I want to do, I can do all of that and I can share that with an individual. That can be really helpful. If I wanted to give this to David Delk, for instance, or I wanted to give it to another person, I can just add their name, I can notify them, add a message to them, and I can click send. I can give them editor access, commenter access, and so forth. So I'm not going to share that with them, but another fun way, another fun tool that I like to use is the comment tool. So if you highlight anything here, I'm going to highlight this and click on the comments, and I'm going to hit @CRivers at, let's see, we'll use my let's use my Grace Church at sc.org account, and I can write a note. Hey, will you please review this? And so I can assign that to that person, hit assign, and that now is saying, hey, do you want to give rights to this? Do you want to give editor rights? Absolutely. I want Chris to be able to edit, and I'm going to hit comment and share that with him. So what happens is now there is a comment on this page, which Chris Rivers now has in his inbox as a task for him to do. Another nice feature that I really love is if you are working on a document, let's say this is a project document that you're working on, you can actually assign people tasks, which we'll talk about in another video. And you can do that by clicking on format. You can go to bullets and numbering, and you can hit the checklist menu. So I can put edit for website. I can do share with com team. And so you can actually come over here and you can use these as checkboxes. And that can be a really, really nice feature if you want to utilize this feature as a checkbox tool. So you can do this as next steps and so forth. So that's an example of using Google Documents. You can also click on this folder up here to actually decide if you want to put it in another folder or move it to another location. I think it is really helpful to actually organize your folders so that you don't just have documents all over the place. But that is a very simple way that you can use Google Documents. Another thing that can be really helpful too when you're looking at these type of resources is you can download these into PDFs. You can download them into different file formats if you want to. And the same works with any other feature. Another really nice extension, we talked about extensions the other day. It's going to go to Google Extensions. And one of my other favorite extensions is the Google Doc Quick Create. This is a nice little feature where you can add this to Chrome. So we'll go ahead and add this. We'll click on the puzzle icon right here so we can pin it. And so now anytime that we need to make a new spreadsheet or a new presentation, we can click on that right off the bat in one click. And it's very, very helpful in just being able to do that very quickly. So just like a Google Excel spreadsheet, you can do the same thing. You can drag Excel spreadsheets into folders and you can convert them into Google spreadsheets. And the same feature, you share those with individuals after you name it, and you can do the same type of collaboration that you might need to. So one of the things that could be really helpful for you as you begin to work with your team is maybe creating a document that can be your reference tool. So I'll give you an example. One of my bosses is Scott Mazingo. And so these are Scott Mazingo's and I meeting notes. So every single time we meet, we just open up this Google document. These are just all the different projects. So 8/7, this was the last time we met. And so everything from then I have been doing up here at the top. I've been adding tasks. This is where I would assign a task for myself if I needed to, choose a date, and that just works just like the task feature. But everything is taken on notes here. So when Scott and I meet as a team, we only ever reference this note. We just open it up and we work together to accomplish all the things that need to be done. So that's another way of how you can help people on your team stay on the same page and work together to accomplish collaboration and work and so forth. So I hope that this has been helpful. It gives you kind of an idea around how to use some of these resources in your Google Drive. And it gives you also a way and some ideas to actually collaborate well with one another so you can be efficient with your time. Hey, thanks for joining me on this journey to purposeful productivity. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. This is one of the ways I can continue to bring you new content that helps you harness the power of purpose in every task. Remember, every task has a purpose, so let's discover it together.